What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I've been looking at the EUIC meta here recently, and one Pokemon really stood out to me as a pick that's basically uncountered in this entire meta. We're talking, of course, about Shadow Drapion, the classic safe swap in Open Great League that used to be so strong, but I guess in recent history with Steels and Grounds being so common, it's not quite as good there. But in the EUIC meta, there's basically no Ground types whatsoever, no Steel types at all, and Shadow Drapion is just so safe. Really quick, before we do get into the battles, I want to say if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It does help out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what Shadow Drapion can do. First game of the day, up against Lyle Jeffs III. Oh boy, one of the best battlers in the entire world. Let's see what he's going to be running here. Shadow Beedrill on the lead. Glad I have Rollout on my Licky Licky. That is super effective here into this Pokemon. And he is staying in, which is kind of interesting. He's at an X-Scissor right now. But honestly, I feel like letting this go is not the worst play out there. I can survive this pretty comfortably. And I can go for the Body Slam now. If he no-shields this, then I put him down pretty low. If he shields this up, that's also pretty fine for me, because I have a second one in just a second here. We actually just get the second one off. That's kind of interesting. I feel like he has to let this go, right? You can't go down 2 shields in the EUIC meta, can you? Yeah, he lets that go. But let's just switch into Spiritomb. This is my wrong... Oh, it's not my wrong Spiritomb necessarily, but oh my goodness, it's not double moved. Uh-oh. Where's my second move? Uh-oh. Lyle is gonna get bailed out hard here. Okay, he's body slamming me. He's gonna think I'm BMing here, I guess. He must think I have Rock Tomb. He's gonna think I'm so crazy for this one here. Where's my Rock Tomb? It's okay, Shadow Ball's a really good move. That's all we need anyway. Oh my goodness. I have like 5 Spiritombs built. I guess I chose the wrong one to start out the day. Alright, we get the Earthquake Shield. I'm swapping here. We gotta save our energy if we can. And, I mean, we have energy on our Spiritomb. This should be a Body Slam. Oh my goodness. This is looking so awkward, though. Okay, Milotic comes in, actually. Which is playable for us, I'd say. I wish I had Rock Tomb. This game would be so much easier with Rock Tomb, I'm not gonna lie. This game would be so much easier if we actually had the right attacks on our Pokemon here. He shields that. That's kind of interesting. I feel like that might just give me a win, though. I'm not sure if I survive this Aqua Tail, but I can shield this up. And I can go here for a Crunch. I can swap out into my Spiritomb and go for a Shadow Ball into this. I should be able to Sucker Punch down the rest of that Licky Licky. So I think we're fine, because the Beedrill's also pretty low, but if Beedrill gets, like, a Fell Stringer off and starts ramping up, that could be pretty scary, too. Okay, down goes my Milotic. In comes a Licky Licky. It needs an Earthquake to do anything here. Okay. I gotta make sure to double move this guy. We gotta make sure we double move this Spiritomb. But you don't need 2 attacks. You just need the Shadow Ball, I suppose. Alright, GG's, Mr. Lyle Jeffs III. Next opponent, LNDS Rayo, another streamer here. Another Shadow Beedrill, oh boy. The best thing about Shadow Beedrill is its damage output. The worst thing about it is how annoying it is to fight. I don't like trying to battle against him, I'll be real. They bring in a Kingdra here, a regular Kingdra, non-Shadow. And I don't have a great counter swap into Dragon-type Pokemon. I'm gonna go for a Body Slam here. And we do see a no-shield. And I'm going to bring in my Spiritomb. It might be a bad play, because we are down quite a bit of energy here. In fact, we're down so much energy, they can get to 2 Outrages before my Rock Tomb is reached, unless I throw in CMP, I think, with them. Well, if they go for a Swift, I have to double shield anyway. But I think I'm fine going down 2 shields here. As scary as that is in this meta, I think I just kind of have to, because I can Rock Tomb that Beedrill if I need to. And I still have energy on my Licky Licky. I'll have a lot of HP here. They shouldn't get a move off. If they do, it's just a Swift, so yeah, they go down. In comes the Beedrill, and they might get an X-Scissor off here. No, I don't think so, because it takes 14 Bug Bites for their first X-Scissor. We should get a Rock Tomb before they can reach anything. Yeah, they might get a Fell Stinger if anything, but not even that. Alright. They'll have a lot of energy, though, and that's what we have to keep in mind, because this energy can be useful later on. They can go for a swap out at some point, and then clear this double debuff they have. But they are double debuffed right now, so this energy is likely going to be pretty useless at the moment. Nice catch. What was that on? A Spiritomb. That really was a nice catch then. I don't really know what to do here. I'm going to build up some more energy. That was a really nice catch. That might lose me the game. Because Spiritomb's not unplayable into Licky Licky and into Drapion, right? I should have thrown first. I didn't expect him to overfarm there. I could have got a move off before a debuff. But I think I'm going to go for the double Aqua Tail here if I can. I'm going to crunch and then Aqua Tail. I think I get there. If not, then I should have double Aqua Tailed. We'll see. Yes, we do. And we have that Body Slam loaded. I don't think an X-Scissor does 50% of a Licky Licky's HP, but if it does, I have seriously underestimated what Beedrill can do. Yeah, they're so low at this point. I have the Body Slam banked back up. I hope that was a CMP. That looked a little bit dicey there. If it wasn't, I'm going to cry. I mean, Drill Run might do more raw damage. Is that going to knock us out? No. Okay, we got the CMP. X-Scissor doesn't knock us out here. I've been seeing some people run a triple bug moveset on these Beedrills. Fell Stinger as well as X-Scissor, not even Drill Run, which does make a lot of sense. There's not a lot of things that resist bug-type damage, so barely able to come out on top there. Alright, next game. We'll see Licky Licky into Milotic. That's kind of cool, actually. I feel like this Pokemon is a pick I don't really have a great answer to here, but I don't love wasting my Licky Licky against it, just in case it would be more useful later on. But I don't know exactly what I want to do. That might be a wrap. They threw after 4, and if that's the case, I'm going to swap. I think either way I switch here, actually. It is a wrap. Yeah, we'll switch into Spiritomb, clear our debuff, keep our energy, and do some fast move pressure here. Licky Licky comes in. I gotta be honest, I'm not that scared of Licky Licky here with Spiritomb. Oftentimes in this meta, you see Earthquake as the secondary attack. I've seen a few people still on Shadow Ball, but I would assume that's a holdover from the Open Great League meta. Earthquake is really nice against the opposing normal-type Pokemon in this meta, as well as potentially, if you're going to see Pokemon like Drapion or Dragalge having Earthquake's pretty nice to one-shot them potentially as well. We shield, hopefully not a Body Slam bait. No, so they're 4 away from their next Earthquake here. We'll see if they want to shield to get it off. Yeah, we'll go for the CMP. Unfortunately, barely don't get that farm down. But, I mean, Spiritomb here, if they do shield this up, still survives pretty comfortably from a double debuffed Earthquake. So they do have to let that go. Licky Licky's out of the way. In the backline is an Acid Dragalge. That's a crazy pick. I'll go instantly for the Rock Tomb here. Because, I mean, at this point, why not? They're on Acid, so that's a lot less troublesome, I'd say, for our guy, the Drapion. We're going to go for the combo play here. This could be an Earthquake. They likely have to shield this up, but maybe they don't. They do shield, okay. And they're almost certainly going to try to catch. Okay, they don't actually catch. Instead, they just swap back into Milotic, which makes a lot of sense, too. But at this point, I think all I need is a crunch into that Dragalge plus some Sucker Punch damage, and that should be enough to knock him out. That does quite a bit, actually, to Milotic here. I know it's a bulky Pokemon, but unfortunately just not bulky enough here to survive my damage. I almost want my Licky Licky to go down. Is that a weird thing to say? I think I might sacrifice it here. Although I might not have won this CMP anyway. I should probably look into that. If I had win that CMP or not. But I'd rather get a farm down here myself. We'll come in, Spiritomb, get some Sucker Punch energy. Nice, that's a lot of energy to have now. And I mean, at this point, I don't even think an Aqua Tail knocks us out here. I'm going to no-shield this, get another Sucker Punch through him. Just barely don't reach the big move there, the Rock Tomb or the Shadow Ball. But I mean, the Sucker Punch damage, I think, on its own is all we necessarily need here. Even in Outrage, I would be surprised if that one-shots a Shadow Drapion from here. I'm going to call it, because I think I survive, no matter what. Yeah, they do full send. Okay, well, I do survive. That is a little bit less comfortable than I thought it would be. I probably should have shielded that. But Shadow Crunch will do a lot itself. Yeah, just one more Poison Sting. Should get the knockout. And there we go. Nice. Probably should have shielded that Outrage, though. That did a sizable amount of damage to us, I'm not going to lie. That was kind of crazy. Alright, next opponent, we'll see Licky Licky into Dragalge. Alright, let's see their moveset. We did just see an Acid Dragalge, but I think Dragon Tail is a little bit more common. And yeah, there we go. We see Dragon Tail here. They can go for Outrage if they want to, but they'll likely have to shield potential Earthquakes from us. So, we'll try to go for a risky bait here. It's not really that risky, because Body Slam's going to add up anyway. But I want to not waste a ton of energy if I can help it. Alright, they have Aqua Tail plus Outrage ready to go right now. I'm going to no-shield this and hope they don't Outrage, but they probably do. They Focus Blast us. That's a new one. That's intriguing. Okay. Honestly, good on them. Good on them for that. I'm impressed with that move. I'm honestly a little bit impressed. I did not even realize this Pokemon got Focus Blast. But now, the more you know. I think I just get a bit of a nice farm down here, though, right? Like, what if I shield once and try to Sucker Punch all the way down? I hope they don't get another move off before I Sucker Punch down. They might even swap out here. But with the amount of energy I have, hopefully I can get to 2 charge attacks against the backline. Oh my goodness, dude, Dragalge is too good! They're at another move already? This is game over. I needed the full farm down. I thought they were one more away. I don't know my Focus Blast Dragalge counts, I guess, man. Oh boy. Obstagoon comes in. It could be double fighter. Focus Blast? I'm getting cheesed, guys. I'm getting so cheesed this game. We'll swap and hope for the best. They're staying in, which is kind of interesting. Are they on Hyper Beam too? I wouldn't be surprised. Wait, they clear their debuff. This might actually still be playable for me. How much damage does this do to a Frostlass? Please tell me I can farm down. I get a debuff, which is kind of cool, but I don't think that's actually going to matter. Maybe. We'll see. I don't think I have the damage here this game still. They likely just shield this up, right? No, they don't. So we'll do this. And I think I'm going to go combo play now with my Spiritom's Rock Tomb and try to debuff their attack. Oh, I can't combo. Actually, I think Rock Tomb just knocks them out, right? It should. And I don't know if a Cross Chop knocks us out here. It's non-stab. Obstagoon is kind of bulky. Yeah, no, so I get another Poison Sting through him. Okay, Rock Tomb. Please tell me this is enough. If I just won after getting Focus Blasted, I don't even know what to say. Please tell me this is enough. I know it's a bulky Pokemon. Okay, let's go. Now I know potentially respect Focus Blast from Dragalge. Alright, next battle. We'll see Licky Licky into Spidops. Good lead, good lead. Our backline is pretty neutral into this Pokemon, but Drapion doesn't necessarily like this matchup with how neutral that Pokemon can be into you. So, that's, it's good to know. They come in instantly with a Dunsparce here, which is kind of interesting. I'm gonna go for a Body Slam, just to chip them down a little bit. And we'll see what they want to do. They have a lot of energy here. They're at 7, so they have back-to-back drill runs. I think Licky Licky is favored in this matchup the longer it goes on, saying I have a cheaper attack here. I'm going to Earthquake, just because I know I can. They should be at 4 rollouts right now, so 3 away from their next drill run right now. They have 1 and the 3 away from the one after. So we CMP on the Body Slam here, potentially. But we do have to keep in mind they could catch my Body Slam if they, you know, have a Ghost type in the backline or something that would want to catch that. They could go for that play. I just don't necessarily have a great counter swap into this, but I'm not weak to it. So if they shield us up, honestly, I'm kind of fine with that. In fact, I'd like a shield here. No, they let that go. If I see another normal type come in, I think I just bring in my Spiritomb. Honestly, I don't stay in there. Shadow Malamar is a little bit scary, just to, like, let them ramp up against us. Yeah, we shield this up for sure. We want to make sure at this point that we're not in Bug Bite downrange if possible. And these Sucker Punches are going to shred this Pokemon quite a bit. Alright, we're going to go for the Shadow Ball here, because it does guarantee a knockout, whereas I'm not quite sure a Rock Tomb would before they get their next Foul Play off. Okay, they do shield that, so I guess I should have played it safe and just Rock Tombed. But I would much rather not take the chance here this game if I can. But I should be able to Sucker Punch this all the way down now, and go for a Rock Tomb in the Spidops. Oh, they actually bring in the Spidops here. Interesting. I actually think I like that for my odds of winning this game. Rock Tomb's going to be super effective into them, but not only that, it's also likely going to get a shield. And debuff their attack. These Sucker Punches are shredding right now. They can overfarm a little bit here if they want, but they can't farm down before I get a move. Wow, that was actually really nice counting by them, though. Really nice counting. I don't think it's going to matter, but that counting is going to be keeping them in this game for a little bit longer here. But I can survive a debuff to lunge, so that's fine. And then our Spiritom's pretty close to a move itself. Rock Tomb, yeah, we survive that as well. We'll go for the Crunch. They likely catch on Malamar, but if they don't, we should be fine, because they can't Psywave us down here. They have to throw a Charge Attack, and my Spiritom's close to a move. My Drapion's spammy enough to force him to throw energy pretty quickly. Yeah, we just have the Aqua Tail now. They realize they need back-to-back Charge Attacks here. Their only real win con is surviving this Aqua Tail enough to get to back-to-back moves. But, yeah, it's might be debuffed, but Shadow Drapion still just way too strong here. That was an interesting team. Malamar in this meta, I feel like, is kind of a hard Pokemon to make work with all the Bug Bite users going around, but I guess I don't have one myself. That's a 5-0 set to start out using this team. I think this team might be kind of good. Let's cash that in. It gets us up to, where? 30-67. All right. All right, next opponent. We'll see Licky into Spiritomb. Okay. I mean, I don't love this, I guess, but I don't hate it either. The main thing that I don't like about this is if they shield an Earthquake, that's a lot of energy down the drain. If I go for a stupid Body Slam bait and they call it, that's equally bad for me, right? So we'll see what they want to do. I would not be surprised, though, if they end up shielding this, but I would love to see a no-shield. Oh, nice, okay. That makes this matchup just a little bit more comfortable for my Licky. Because I can survive this Rock Tomb here, and I can force them to throw more energy against us, which should be useful for our odds of winning this game. Okay, they bring in a Quick Attack for it. Okay, hold on. We likely wall this thing completely, unless they're on Trailblaze, which would be an interesting moveset. I haven't seen a lot of Trailblaze Quick Attack Furrets in my life, but if you're safe swapping it, you might be on that. No, it is Brick Break, so we do wall this thing completely. Alright, we'll go for the Rock Tomb here, just to try to debuff them. They have lowered my defense stat, so I want to lower their attack stat if I can as well. But we'll undercharge a little bit to try to get more energy out of this matchup because of how strong it is for my Spiritomb. I think that is about the perfect undercharge where I'm not going to take a second charge attack, but I'll get like 3 or 4 extra Sucker Punches here. Might have been able to undercharge just a little bit more, and that could have been more efficient. But I get 4. I think 1 more Sucker Punch would have been possible there if I was, like, the best player in the world, but I guess we're not quite to that point yet. I'm just going to Shield once and Sucker Punch down. I feel like having a Rock Tomb for the final Pokemon is pretty devastating at this point. I still have 3 Pokemon around. They only have 1. They do Rock Tomb us, but, like, I'm never going to do anything other than Rock Tomb the final Pokemon. It's a Shadow Beedrill. The Menace itself does come back into this game, but I feel like they just lose. I don't see what they could possibly do to win, because, I mean, first of all, I still have energy on my Shadow, or my Licky, and I can just get to 2 crunches here with my Shadow Drapion, especially after that debuff. They're not going to farm us down before I can get there. They're likely going to go for a Fell Stinger. That is the classic Shadow Beedrill play. But we'll shield that up. We'll go for the crunches here. We're at back-to-back. They're not quite yet at the second Fell Stinger. And once this crunch lands, either it knocks out or it should put them into farm down range, depending on how much damage it can do. Okay, yeah. We just go for the farm down. And we once again get a 3-ball flex here. That's kind of crazy. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Licky into Umbreon. Wow. I don't actually like this in the slightest here. I'm imagining this lead matchup is probably pretty awkward for Licky, just because they have a little bit more... I mean, I guess they're not quicker necessarily to charge attacks than I am, but they can throw more efficient, cheaper attacks than I can, so this is probably not bad for them. Looks like we CMP there. Umbreon is ridiculously bulky. That's its main claim to fame. They're at 2 right now. Yeah, I mean, once this is gone, though, maybe my Spiritomb has more play. And they throw pretty quickly. If I can survive the next foul play, like this one plus the next, which I should be able to based on the damage I'm seeing here, then at least I get 3 Earthquakes off. Actually, no, I only get 2 Earthquakes and a Body Slam, huh? But that's fine. You want Hyper Beam here? Yeah, I guess so. Foul Play is going to do a little bit of damage, but again, I mean, Licky Licky is a bulky dude. We'll see what they do here, though. Likely a no-shield. They could always try to catch, though, is my only main concern. Okay, they actually come in here with a Spidops, and I'm just going to go for a little bit of chip damage by going for a Body Slam here. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I'm going to, so sue me. Yeah, I mean, they have some energy left over on that Umbreon here. I can't really let this go. This person must be having a lot of fun in the EUIC meta. They're running nothing but, like, bulk and debuff right now. It's an idea. I'm going to actually fully undercharge this just in... Well, not fully, but, like, undercharge this quite a bit just in case they do let this go. I want to get some more energy out of this, but I also want the debuff early. Yeah. Looks like that was the right play. Pretty good undercharge, I'd say. And we'll figure this out. In comes the Umbreon again. And, I mean, they actually let us get this Rock Tomb off, which is kind of surprising to me. They have to shield if they want to get this damage off against us. And I feel like shielding an Umbreon that's going to be debuffed is a bit of a misplay. Oh, they just survived that! Yikes, dude, Umbreon might just be the GOAT. They have to... It's probably like Licky Licky in the back, right? Oh, no, it's... Okay, well, there's their damage. They got us, unfortunately, here. The Shadow Bee in the back, way too much damage when I need to get through 2 shields. That's unfortunate. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Licky Licky into Shadow Frostlass. Interesting lead. Honestly, I don't necessarily love this matchup here with my Licky Licky, so I'm going to swap out. But after one rollout to sync up my fast moves with them. Oh, fun. I guess this thing wasn't left behind in the Open Great League. They decided to bring it here to this meta. That's fine, I guess. We'll get a shield advantage, right? No, actually, we land the move. I feel like shielding this is a pretty good play, because I can shield once farmed down, and I should be in a decent spot here, depending on what comes in. Yeah, they do crunch, not even Poison Fang, so unless they get that lucky debuff, I'm going to have my defense intact. Yeah, and I have a Rock Tomb here after just one more Sucker Punch. Alright, I'm going to try to save my Spiritomb if I can. But they likely do have Earthquake here. So that could be kind of scary. They give us a full sneak here. That is pretty nice. I'm a little bit scared this game. Oh, they triple axle. Okay, should not have shielded that. I probably shouldn't have shielded because I have my Drapion that's going to get Earthquaked anyway. I was thinking they were for sure going to Avalanche us there. But we'll shield that up, I guess, just to try to lose this game as hard as we can. This could be an Earthquake. Let's see if they respect it or not. Let's see what they do. No, they do no shield. If this is an Avalanche, if they're on the double ice moveset, which I feel like is always the play, then I threw this game so hard. Oh, they triple axle, okay. Oh no, but they swap in Licky Licky at the same time that I swap. They likely win this game. I've played this so bad. I played this game so bad. Maybe they're on Shadow Ball for some reason. And then I win. Show me the Shadow Ball win con, please, trainer. Please Shadow Ball me, please. Or maybe I survive an Earthquake. Who's to say? It's a non-stab Earthquake. Hold on. Are they actually on that moveset? They might just be. I do have a Body Slam loaded right now on my Licky Licky here. And I have my Spiritomb around too. This could potentially be a win. But it's going to be down to the wire here, because they could maybe catch on Frostlass still. We go for the combo play. We save a little bit of our Shadow Drapion, just in case we need it later on. Did I get bailed out by the craziest moveset on Licky Licky imaginable? I guess not yet. There's a chance they get another move off with this Frostlass. But no, they don't, because Frostlass is too slow. I'm not proud of that win, I'm going to be honest. I feel like I did not deserve that one. But I'll take it, because it was against a Shadow Mightyena. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Licky Licky into Furret. Likely on Quick Attack, right? We'll do one rollout and swap out to sync up my fast move with theirs, just in case they stay in for some reason. Okay, we're maybe getting RPS, which is kind of rare in this meta, I'd say. I haven't seen too many games in this format where I'd say I didn't have much play, but like it's not looking amazing right now for us. With that said, like even these double resisted sucker punches here really do add up. I'm gonna shield this. It might be a terrible play, but I want to get another Rock Tomb off if I can. Get that second debuff, maybe get a shield, or maybe they let this go and I flip switch. But I don't think this quite knocks out if they do no shield. Okay, I'm fine with that shield though, honestly. Let's switch here. They're gonna be in body slam range now. It's a -2 player up. I'm not shielding that. Maybe I should have, though. That does hurt quite a bit. This is going to be an interesting game, because I saved my Spiritomb, and that could be pretty helpful for us. And, I mean, it's not like I'm really that scared of Furret's energy on Licky Licky until they start ramping up. I can shield this up, I can dance around, and that's going to be the play, I think. I need to dance around to win this game. So they have the Aqua Tail now. They likely call my swap out attempt here in just a second, but sometimes they call your swap out attempt. Yeah, nice patience by them. This game's gonna get so awkward, but it's playable, it's playable. Don't debuff me, please. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. That does make it a little bit more awkward, because maybe a Brick Break now knocks us out. If they didn't debuff us, then I might get to 2 moves here a little bit easier. But if I do still get a move off, I'd be pretty happy. Brick Break is super effective. Non-stab, mind you, but it is super effective. I might still get there, actually. Because, yeah, Furret's quick attacks don't do that much damage. But I'm so low at this point on my Pokemon here, it's kind of scary. And that Grimmsnarl has a decent amount of energy on it as well. I do just have to let this go, though. We come in here with Spiritomb, we get our Sucker Punch through him, and we'll see what they do. Yeah, Swift doesn't do a lot here. We snipe him down with this. I think we might be able to win now, because they're going to be in Poison Sting down range on the rest of their Pokemon here. Let's see. We knock out the Grimmsnarl. Drapion's pretty low. Same with that Furret. I think Furret likely comes in here to try to get a farm down. But we get the perfect Simul KO, and Drapion's dry. We should Sucker Punch it down. Okay, I was saying we were about to get RPS, but no. I guess we somehow came back from it, because the EUIC meta is just the best. Alright, next opponent, we'll see Licky Licky into Litleo. Jeez, dude. Okay, I see you, trainer. Very spicy pick. Luckily, Rollout is super effective into fire. I don't think I was expecting to see that today, though. Alright. I'm just going to stay in and Earthquake this, I think, because they're likely going to no-shield. My Lodic's pretty bulky, so they probably don't want to invest a shield this early on. And I'm really not that weak to Litleo, no matter what this game. I'm going to bring in Spiritomb here. I can go for no shields on probably 2 Aqua Tails, maybe shield a third if they do reach it, which they probably do. And then farm down and Rock Tomb or Shadow Ball, whatever comes in. Yeah, they will get a third move off here. My Lodic, just a little bit too bulky to get Sucker Punch down, even after an Earthquake. But that's fine. Wait, where did my fast move go? Okay, whatever. I guess if I don't get that move through, I kind of have to let this go. I don't know how I didn't just get a Sucker Punch sneak there. Am I tripping? Did that just happen? It's fine. We have Shadow Drapion. And there's really not a lot in this game that Licky Licky doesn't have play into. And up this much energy, Litleo is not going to want to take an Aqua Tail. And I'm going to get to so many Aqua Tails here, so we'll see what's going to happen. I do wish this game was going to play out like I wanted it to, but it's fine. We can adjust. What is happening? I'm like stuttering right now. After throwing bad timing. Okay, I'm losing turns. Go Battle League, stop this right now. I command you. Stop it. Okay, I mean, they double shielded this Litleo, which is insane to me. How much damage do I do with an Aqua Tail? How much do we think it's going to do? Probably not enough to one-shot, I don't think. I'd be very happy if it did, though. But I've lost a few turns here, so if they do survive on like 1 HP, I'll be very sad. Yeah, I did throw in like slightly suboptimal timing here this game. Oh, but he swaps into Grimmsnarl, which gives me the perfect opportunity to reach this Aqua Tail here. I think that wins us the game. Because now Body Slam should just be enough. Yeah, okay. That was a weird game. It should have played out incredibly RPS there, but we still came back from it despite the game doing whatever that was. Alright, we'll cash that in. Another 4-1 set here in this meta. I think that's, was that a 5-0 to a 4-1? That's crazy. That's going to get us back almost to the 3100s, maybe. Yeah, 3112. Oh, boy. I don't think it's much of a surprise this team worked out so well here today. 3 of the best Pokemon in this meta. Spiritomb, such a trooper there in the backline, having a lot of fast pressure debuff capabilities with Rock Tomb as well. And Shadow Drapion, of course, the star of the show, put in so much work for us here today. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.